Salvete discipuli. In today's continuation of our reading from the Aeneid, Juno is going to go visit King Aeolus, who is in charge of the winds. She has a plan to have him use the winds to punish the Trojans. Talia flammato secum dea corde volutans, nimborum in patriam loca feta furentibus Austris Aeoliam venit. Okay, so this is actually a lengthier sentence than is typical of Virgil in the Aeneid. You see down here, we have the main verb, okay, is the last word of the sentence. The subject is going to be dea, way up here, okay? So, first of all, the goddess, Dea. So before we get to that main verb, we've got a lot of stuff to cover. What is the goddess doing? Volutans, present active participle, NS equals ing. So she's turning Talia. She's turning such things. Now, the such things is all the stuff that she's been thinking about, how the Trojans have wronged her in the past. The goddess Minerva was able to take vengeance. Why shouldn't she? So that's all the Talia. So turning such things over to herself, secum, literally with herself, but Latin uses secum in the same sense that we would like say speaking to yourself. They use secum, okay? Where is she turning all these things over? Flammato corde. So these words actually go together. You know, in poetry, words can be quite distant from one another and still agree with one another grammatically. So where she's turning these things over is in her inflamed heart. Flammato corde. Now we run to the main verb. What did she do while she was turning such things over in her inflamed heart? She came. Where did she come? Here's where she came. In patriam Aeoliam, into the fatherland of the clouds, places fertile. Okay, now nimborum was genitive plural. Okay, now Aeoliam, believe it or not, is going to be agreeing with patriam. Okay, if we were reading along, you know, in of the clouds into the fatherland, places fertile, loca feta. What are they fertile with? They are fertile furentibus Austris. These are ablative plural endings with raging south winds. Okay? So, in other words, the island of Aeolia. Okay? So that's, again, this is accusative because it is, again, a place she came into. Okay? And basically, this is seen as like a floating hollow mountain island that Aeolus lives in there. It's unclear in some of the mythology he's a human that's kind of given this job. In other ones, he's kind of a demigod, but he's been put in charge of the winds, and we're going to learn why the gods decided to put someone in charge of the winds. Hic vasto rex Aeolus antro, luctantes ventos tempestatesque sonoras imperio premit ac vinclis et carcere frenat. Okay, so take a moment, look at the vocabulary that's provided, okay? Hic, here. Now, vasto, take a wild guess. Yeah, it means vast, okay? Vasto goes with antro here, okay? Antros means a cave. So here, King Aeolus, Rex Aeolus, okay, in a vast cave. Here, King Aeolus in a vast cave. Now, here's what I want you to note. Look at the word vasto. Look at the word antro. Do you see? Do you realize? Rex Aeolus is literally in the vast cave. The words that constitute vast cave are on each side of King Aeolus. Virgil is actually depicting Aeolus being in the vast cave with the words themselves. Okay, what does he do in this vast cave? Premit. he controls. Now, the objects are going to be up here. So these are going to be all the objects of Bremet. Okay? He controls the fighting winds, luctantes ventos. Okay? And the loud sounding storms. Okay? Tempestates sonoras, these words go together. Okay? Que is just your word for and. Okay? So the fighting winds and the loud sounding storms he controls. How does he control them? Imperio. Okay, so everything up in this line was accusative plurals. Okay, imperio is an ablative singular. He controls them with a command. So in other words, the winds know that he's in charge. Okay, if he so much as gives them a command, they are supposed to obey it. Okay, and what else does he do? Frenat. He brakes. I mean, like literally like a brakes on a car. He brakes, understood them, basically. How does he put the brakes on them? Ablative plural here, ablative singular here. Okay, so the means or manner by which he breaks them is winklis, with chains, and in a prison. Okay, now we get incarcerate from that. Okay, so he's basically in control of these winds. We're going to learn there's a reason why.